experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello and welcome back to another week of Special Stage Pro Trucks action. And boy howdy, we have a doozy for you in store tonight. We are starting off at the fabled, the interesting, the weird POCONO Roval here at, of course, at the Tricky Triangle. I'm James Watson, joined as always by my broadcast partners, Zach Amsbacher and Steven Kernick. And how about it, Zach? This one's definitely going to be a new one.
Yeah, for sure. It's, for me, it was a nice drive, only 2 hours north of my hometown here, so it didn't take very long to get here to the broadcast booth with you tonight. But this track is, everybody knows it for the Tricky Triangle, but then you throw the road course layout in here. It's going to be interesting with these trucks and the Pro 2 lights. I think it's going to be a bit of a pack race out there with our long straightaways.
Yeah, I think you might be understating that just a bit, honestly, with what we've seen pack racing-wise from last week at Darlington and Watkins Glen. I think this one's going to be the packiest pack race to have ever of packed race. You see,
and minus the hairpin on the back stretch, you have the room to race about 8 wide here, James.
Yeah, and then you get down into the chicane on the Long Pond straightaway, and then suddenly the wide open interstate becomes a nice little 2-lane hideaway in the country. So watching everyone try to get through that is gonna be wild.
Absolutely.
As we have the current point standings, your point leader is still Sean Winkler at 860 points. But Tom Hemme is the reigning champion in P2 with 505. 420. Resisting really hard to make some jokes about that number. But anyways, Aunt Me Person sitting in P3. And then we have Corey Kroll, Ray Boudwin rounding out the top 10. Or top 5. Aaron Benson, Seth Owens, Zach Amsbacher, our very own. Jake Wilshire and Matt Slosser rounding out the top 10.
Still hold on to P8 there and the point standings for 2 starts. I'll take that.
Yeah, even I'm somewhat up there with my lone P5. Still hurts. But anyways, we are going into qualifying, and it's a good thing that we only give the drivers 1 lap, because 1 lap is all you'd be able to get in for these vehicles. This track is huge and slow. We are almost 2 minutes a lap, Zach.
Yeah, I was going to say almost a 2-minute lap time here. So, and then, in general, I like this format with the 1 lap of qualifying. Really puts the pressure on some of even our best drivers, because it's really easy to get a 1X off track, out here with some of the tight turns, and just a little bit of grass will do that and you'll lose your lap. So we're going to see what these guys can do.
Absolutely. And we are just about done with qualifications as we're watching Seth Owens here finish a few laps, and something interesting to point out that people might not have necessarily already known. We are going in the opposite direction here at Pocono. The last corner is actually turn 1. So, yeah, forget everything you know about racing on the Tricky Triangle. This is truly the trickiest we can get.
Yeah, and pits are backwards, so actual turn 1 here for this course is the entrance of the pits typically. So a little bit of a shake up there. I love turn 1 here. It's kind of wide. It's going to be interesting to see these guys get a lot of speed and try to bottleneck down in there.
Absolutely, as it is now time to get to the starting grid. Your pole sitter is the 007 of Tom Hemius next to the 95 of Jake Wilshire. Sean Winkler in the 720, your points leader, with Corey Kroll, last week's Darlington winner, in the 20 on row 2. Row 3 features the 13 of Ant Meeperson and the 21 of Aaron Benson. The 1 of Noah Benson and the 37 of Joey Kirk on row 4. The 73 of Seth Owens and our benevolent overlord Matt Schlosser round out the top 10. Oh, and here we go. Everyone's gridded, and we are already going to be getting going here. The lights are on.
Green,
Well, I'm excited, James.
Hey, and the trucks are off. We're underway at Pocono.
That tall first gear. This thing just died when they launched it, but they're up to speed now.
That they are, as we go on down into turn 1. See already a couple going wide a little bit here. Oh, we got some leaning on each other down towards the middle of the top 10.
Pretty clean up front. Really surprised. They got some separation quick.
Yeah, but that is going to be gone the moment they get back onto Long Pond straightaway. But it is a ways before we get there. A lot of hairpins. It's hairpin into another hairpin, and then, oh, look, a hairpin. Oh, and that's a big bump.
Body armor
Teammate, that is family getting into it. Benson on Benson violence right there.
Yeah,
At least I assume they're family. No kidding.
Well,
Here
that
we
draft.
go.
We're gonna get a big run here. Oh, gotta take
Yeah.
it. Gotta try.
There. Going through the reverse tunnel turn down into the POCONO chicane. Oh, and a big send from Noah Benson, and he will get past Aaron.
Yeah, he kept it clean that time. That's good.
Oh, we got trucks going
big
out.
pile
We
up.
got parking lot in the POCONO chicane.
It's that turn 1 Wild West clogged toilet there, James.
Yeah, Tim or Wilson, and you're going to see some damage on Cooper Cockrell right there. You see, oh, and Cooper. Oh, he's going to get really hit hard by Cockrell.
Oh,
And
man,
then
that's
just
lots of damage
yeah.
back there. You hate to see that too with all the speed on this track. That damage is really going to affect the speed in these trucks.
yeah, that is significant damage for those two. The
Oh, we got
57
James for lead. Dick
Clifton
Wilshire's in
Barkley.
P1.
Yeah, look at that. We've seen
Good for Jake.
Jake have. Yeah, we've seen your teammate have a lot of good runs on these type of tracks. In fact, I think he got a podium at, what was it, Navarra not that long ago?
Yeah, I believe so. He's been up there in the podium conversation on most different track types. So good to see him go out there and shake it up there. You know, we thought Tom Monhemis might go out here and dominate. Minus the draft effect was going to keep these guys close, but Jake actually pulled a little bit of a gap there going through the infield section.
Yeah, I actually almost got up into a second lead, 8/10. Now
See
they
how much
are
of it shrinks
back.
here going down the backstretch. That'll be interesting to kind of watch this. He started out with about 8/10. It's shrinking down now to about 6/10.
Yeah, these things punch a massive hole, and they are not all that quick, these Pro 2 light trucks. And you see all that down to under half a second going into the chicane.
Yeah, I say I measured about 4/10 there is what he lost to Tom Monhemius from behind. So, as long as he has that kind of a gap, he can hold this lead, but we'll see now because Tom's even closer if he can hold it going into turn one or not. Might have to put on a block here.
Yeah, that's what's going to be fascinating is when we make our way to the checkered, because the start-finish line is quite a ways down there. Almost Talladega having to give the obligatory, well, actually, they put the start-finish line way down them there parts. Of course,
Woo!
This is where the actual start-finish line is. Just hasn't been moved. But you see, Mahemi is able to get by Wilshire into turn one. So
You almost have to wonder if these guys stay close, James. I wonder if that's going to keep swapping every lap as evenly matched as they seem to be going through the infield section. That might just keep swapping every time.
Yeah, you wonder if it's going to end up being a race to second. Getting into P2, going on to the tunnel turn on the last lap, so that way you have an opportunity to slipstream by. I don't think you want to be leading on the white flag lap here.
I don't think so. And I was actually practicing with these our first and second place cars earlier, so I heard some conversation. They can't give up all the secrets, but the comment was definitely made that P2 is probably the preferred spot, entering the backstretch on the last lap.
I tell you, this race is probably going to feel like the quickest in special stage history, because
Got to move from Sean here, maybe. Oh, we can peek back in line. Go ahead, James.
Because, I don't know what it always feels like to you, Zach, but I feel like that the less amount of laps, the quicker the race feels, even if you're doing those laps at a long track. Yeah, it's still, of course, going to be the same as 15 minutes, but, I don't know. It feels like the more laps you have to do, it just feels like the race drags on longer and longer, even if you're at a much shorter track.
I agree with you. I think it comes down to repetition, repetition there, basically. We're seeing a lot of different... Oh, got some contact from Joey Kirkman. It's going to kill their speed. We're going to be 4 wide. Here, almost 5 wide.
Here we go! Let's go! This is what we've been waiting for! All kinds of wide going into turn 1! 5 trucks going to turn 1! How many make it through the other side?
I like that inside spot. I think Matt Schlosser is going to come out of it with the win.
Yeah.
He's going to have it.
Yeah, great run from Schlosser, and all the Bensons are forcing each other wide, and Greg Johnson is going to take advantage of it and get by both of them. Oh, Milan Lokovic going onto the grass. As it is now.
Matt Schlosser, he's a pretty good road racer. He's going to be leading this pack here, I think. Minus the draft, get back to him. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, unfortunately, this group has Major League lost the draft. It is about, I'd say, it's 12 seconds from Matt Schlosser up to Ant Meeperson in P5. That is a wild gap to have from P5 here on only lap 4. Not even completing lap 4.
Yeah, you got to think those our top 5 guys are pretty quick out there. And speaking of that, we have another shake-up at the lead. Wilshire back to the front. Winkler in second, looking to maybe make a move here. I'm sure he's going to go ahead and make this move on the front stretch coming to the finish line. Tom Monhemius all the way back to P3 now, so we kind of missed some action there. But we expect that to continue happening all night here. Just keep flopping lead back and forth with that draft effect.
Yeah, and you saw a little bit of an issue there on the exit of the chicane for Jake Wilshire, but I get the feeling that if you're the leader, it really doesn't matter how you get through the chicane. You're always going to be under significant fire unless, of course, you just cut through it, which is frowned upon.
It's a bit of timing there. Sean Winkler's pushing Jake Wilshire. They're seeming content here. Tom's going to go for the inside of Sean. Oh, going to go ahead and try and block that. It's going to get Mayer 3 wide for the lead. Sean Winkler's going to take it. I thought that would have... Oh, no, maybe not.
A little bit of a hip check from Sean Winkler into the 95 of Jake Wilshire.
Let's talk about maybe a little bit of timing and strategy. I think Sean was pushing him to the last second when he decided he wanted to make that move, and that was well timed.
Yeah, it just looks like he just slid through the apex just a little bit, did Winkler. Obviously, these big, meaty off-road truck tires don't give a whole lot of grip on these pavement bits. They're
not
great
a lot
on
of lateral grip in these chassis or the tire, like you said there. So they're definitely going to, especially when you have to send that move for the lead, it's going to get like that. Unfortunately, also Jake Wilshire's front end kind of caught the back end of Sean's truck there as he pushed wide. Jake got bumped to the grass, but still back in P3, got a shot at this.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
A little bit of front end damage, it looks like, on 00795. Can't quite see the front of that 720 truck yet. But I think with the draft, it's not going to affect too much as long as they stay close.
Yeah, all the much ado about the aerodynamic issues with this damage model, you bring up an excellent point. I don't think it matters as much on a pure unlimited draft track such as this or even Darlington last week. It matters on those where you have to actually lit off more, but because the hole in the air being punched is so big that it gets to be irrelevant at that point when you're that draft locked.
Gonna be a free wide for the lead again here in turn 1. I love it.
Once again, it's gonna be Winkler trying to shoot the gap through the middle, but here comes Tom as the clash of the Titans. They cross swords once again. Oh, a little bit of a bump, and Sean is moving him high.
That's great racing from our top 2 competitors out here in this field. Side by side for P3 and 4 back there as well.
And now Mahemi is muscling Sean Winkler a little wide right there. Everyone beating, banging, getting the elbows out, the chicken wing, chrome arm, whatever the heck you want to refer to it as. It works at this point.
Absolutely, and you know what? Give a shout out to these guys for that turn 1 performance there. We've seen a little bit of contact going up into turns 2 and 3, but you know that's the nature of these trucks. That was about as clean as you could do it there. What a great job from Sean Winkler and Tom Bonhemius.
Meanwhile, Corey Kroll and Ant Meeperson, I'm sure, are hoping that one of these 3 wide attempts through turn 1 aren't as clean and crisp as they have been. They're hoping for a little more argy-bargy to allow those two to get up into this lead fray. As of now, they're just hanging on to the back of it here. Probably just biding their time here a little bit.
I don't know if Ant Meeperson's playing a little bit of strategy. He's in this conversation, but he seems to always kind of hang back there a little bit. Maybe he's trying to keep the truck clean. He's timing out, kind of learning a little bit, seeing what's going to happen here. He's right there, but he seems to he hasn't pushed for it like the other guys have yet.
Yeah, in fact, you see Ant kind of dropping off just a little bit.
I just had to wonder if that's part of his strategy. We're going to be 3 wide again here, if I had to guess, at least 2 wide.
Oh, we...
2 by 2.
Corey Kroll.
Oh, a little bit of contact from Sean. Winkler's going to get tumbling almost into the grass, but they held it together. Great job again going through turn 1.
Oh, look at that. They're leaning on each other. They are 3 wide in a place you could barely be 2 wide. And Corey Kroll is going to lose a spot through all that.
Again, I know we saw a little bit of contact, but that was a really good battle there. Great job from those guys keeping it on track and keeping the group together there.
Yeah, as Jake Wilshire is watching that in his mirror, hoping for just a little bit more of that.
I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm not sure what the draft range is for these trucks, but he might be able to pull out to a 2-second lead, and it still won't make a difference. I know, if you remember, James, I had a 2-second lead at Watkins Glen, thought it was enough, but it didn't last but a straightaway.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It has to be something not all that significant, I would think, since the second pack lost the draft so quickly and so significantly. I mean, they're still like 15 seconds behind the race lead, so it's not unlimited.
Or, I mean, these top 5 guys here, we know how quick they all are. They might just be that fast tonight. And plus, like I said, they're doing a great job. They're battling, but they're not killing each other out there. They're not out there losing a bunch of pace while they're doing it, which is really impressive.
Yeah, you can say that again.
These are some of our best guys in the whole series right here, up front, battling right now.
Yep, some of the winningest drivers in the history of Special Stage. As you see Sean Winkler getting swamped, as I believe the 2 teammates up front trying to bump draft and push each other clear. But here comes Meeperson. And are we? I think we just barely missed out on going white flag here by just a couple of seconds. I think we are still currently 2 to go. So that's something to keep in mind on. Time is a-wasting.
I think Jake Wilshire probably wanted to see the white flag there. He's been able to kind of maintain this lead with all the little battling going on behind him. We'll see if something changes here, but Jake Wilshire looking pretty good up front because Tom's got that pressure from Sean, so I'm not sure he's able to generate the run that he wants right now.
That they are. Meanwhile, a little further back, Joey Kirk and Matt Schlosser, they are side by side. Battling for the best of the rest, I suppose.
They're battling for the win of Group 2 here, I guess, as far back as they are.
Formula 1.5 of special stage.
Yep. Good job from Schlosser. They got a nice undercut on the exit. Get a good drive out of here.
Yeah, but of course, job not done, not anywhere close. We're back
Jake
up
Wilshire
front.
still holding strong here. We'll see if he gets that white flag, James.
Yep.
Well, Tom's close now, though. He's going to have some serious pressure going on turn 1. Tom's got a little gap back to Sean Winkler, so if Tom wants to make that move, he's going to have the right to do so here.
But do you want to make
outside.
that move?
Oh, I don't know about that, but maybe expected a big block going down the inside. Jake Wilshire, a little bit of a side draft, a little bit of contact. Not wanting to go down easy. Oh, checkered flag.
And it is, I'm not sure. I believe it is showing checker flag here. Yeah, everyone is stopped. So your race winner is Tom Mahemius.
Oh, man, that was a great finish. How about it?
Oh, man, I just wish we could call it like one. They really don't do us any favors.
We can still talk about it now. That was amazing. That's why Jake was giving it a little bit of contact, and he did a great job. Almost pulled Tom Mahemius back, but Tom stayed strong at the line and gets the win there. What a great race.
Yeah, we got to get a replay of that finish. That has to be one of the closest in special stage history.
I think we had the closest one last week, I believe, but yeah, this one was certainly pretty close again.
This one is better because this one doesn't sting.
Yeah, our James Watson wasn't a part of this one.
You see, big jump there going into turn 1. As we got the slow-mo cam, you see Mahemius with the big jump to the outside here. You're going to see here comes the side draft. Jake Wilshire doing
there.
Yep. Wilshire doing everything he can to hold off the 007.
Ooh, even after the contact, Tom's still pulling ahead.
Yeah,
Jake's
that momentum there.
There's where it starts to switch right here a little bit. You're seeing Jake start to pull back ahead, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, man, that is awesome. Oh, Sean gave a little tap to both of them, really, but gave it to Jake, then almost shot him back in front, but then he goes back to push Tom. Don't think it was going to be enough regardless for Jake, but, man, that's close.
I'm surprised that Sean wasn't trying to push Jake by. Yeah, because that's a big extra 70 points there for Tom Mahemius bringing home this win.
No kid, but you know, I had to give it to Sean. I don't think he shies away from competition. I don't think he's concerned. He wants to go out there and just win as many as he can. He wants to win it however he can win it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and get started with our interviews, and we'll be talking to the third place finisher. Actually, we're going to be talking to the race winner first. Tom, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, James.
Well, first of all, just talk about what that race was like. It's such a strange track. That had to be quite something to learn right there.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting track. It kind of feels like you combine like half a really narrow road course with then like a really super wide oval that's more like a super speedway in these. So yeah, it was kind of a weird track to drive at, but yeah, I mean it seemed to be raced pretty well actually. Yeah, with all the top 5 we were fighting like the entire race.
Yeah, and what does that do to you in the your strategy, knowing that no matter what you do, you're not gonna pull away at all?
Yeah, it kind of led me to I was tempted to try and make a move on Jake. Obviously, I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to do because we're in a call together. But I think we both had our strategy, and my strategy was just to sit behind, wait till the last lap, and then go for the move out of the last corner. And thankfully, just about had the run. He did side draft me. It was going to be a really close finish, but then yeah, Sean gave me that little extra bump at the end, which kind of pushed me forward a little bit.
Yeah, and man, that what was it like going through that chicane? We were joking about it, how narrow it is, especially coming off of the wide straightaway where you can fit practically half the field, it feels like.
Yeah, I think because it was so narrow, I think everyone kind of had a gentleman's agreement, like don't send it into here because the run will just get killed onto the back straight. So that was kind of made it more tolerable, but it's super narrow. It's like first gear, you got to go so slow, and it was also really easy to 1x. So yeah, qualifying was you had to kind of back it off a bit more than you usually would through that one.
Absolutely, but that was a heck of a run and a great win for you. Any sponsors, plugs, and shouts you like to give before we let you go prepare for race 2?
Yeah, shout out to Matt as always, popping this up. Everyone for turning out tonight. You guys in the booth, Bennett Racing, and Jake for running with me tonight.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Tom, and hopefully we're talking to you again here in another 30 minutes.
Yep, hopefully so. See you, James.
All right, there is your race winner, Tom Hemius, and now Zach is going to talk to our runner-up, Jake Wilshire.
Our P2 finisher here, Jake Wilshire. You had the lead there for the last couple laps. Is there anything that you think you could have done a little different there to hold on the lead, or are you just kind of at the mercy of Tom and where he was going to go there?
I knew Tom was going to get the draft. I was hoping to get the side draft. It almost worked.
Yeah, no, we definitely saw that. The side draft was effective. You started to get a pull back there at the end, and then Sean even gave. It looks like he got into you a little bit before he ended up pushing Tom, but that didn't really seem to affect it.
Yeah.
Tom had the momentum, and your side draft was working. It was a close finish there. Talk about the racetrack out there. Was it fun for you guys up there? Kind of, you kept it close the whole time.
Yeah, it was. It was a good track. It was some good racing. It was a lot more fun than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, that's awesome. We seen you go up there and take the lead right away. It's always a good feeling to take the lead from Tom Monhemis, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Well, we appreciate you coming here and talking to us. We'll let you get over there to practice for Iowa, and hopefully we're talking to you again soon here.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, that was our runner-up, and now we'll go ahead and get a quick word with our third place finisher, Sean Winkler. Sean, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey there. Yep, gotcha.
Well, this was definitely one of the weirdest races of the season. I asked this to Tom. What was it like trying to actually figure out and understand this track?
Yeah, I don't know. It was high speed, so it was fun. We just tried to stay close and keep the momentum up and try to use the draft. But I keep getting on the wrong side of these photo finishes here.
Yeah, like it's definitely got a sting, but in a race like this, it's kind of hard to really get things in your control and get yourself in a great position where you're controlling it all the way up to the checkered flag.
Yeah, no, you can't really control it because, like I said, there's so much draft power here. If you're in the lead, you're kind of a sitting duck. So I tried to just play my cards and kind of hang back and wait for the last little run there. And I saw Tom had some momentum, so I tried to follow him around, but I just didn't have enough there at the end. I bumped him to the win, but that's okay. It was fun. Yeah, it was a good one.
Absolutely. And before we let you go, practice for race 2. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you like to give?
Oh yeah, you know the usual: Racecraft Academy, Next Level Racing, Real Broker, Pimax VR, you guys, everybody that puts on the league. It's really a blast. Looking forward to watching this one. So I actually got to restart my PC. My headset kind of crashed here, so give me a minute. I got to restart this thing. I'll be back.
Absolutely. We'll let you go, and
Yeah.
hopefully we're talking to you again next in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Alrighty, we will see you all soon. Alrighty, we are back and about ready to get back at it here. Race number 2 at Iowa Rallycross. And first, Zach, what are your final thoughts on that? We were talking about it in the break. It was definitely one of the more stranger races we've seen in special stage. It wasn't quite what we were anticipating it would be.
Surprisingly, I kind of kind of want to say it ended up being a good race. Really, the infield action in turn 1, 2, and 3 specifically, I was real satisfied with some of the racing we saw from our top 5 guys there. The only suggestion I'd make, I think it wasn't as drafty and packy as we thought. Maybe take the Pro 2 there next time if we go back here in this league. That would I think that would help stretch things out even more. That'd be fun. How about that?
Yeah, I think we wanted a little more chaos, calamity, not nearly as many opportunities for the Banshee streaks, which it's definitely interesting. So, but now we come to Iowa Rallycross. Get back to the Rallycross roots here, and it's been a minute since we've come to Iowa. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
Iowa's got a really interesting turn 1. It's it's like most rallycross tracks. It's very one lane as far as the fast way around here. Even though it looks wide, there's just not a lot of passing opportunities here, in my opinion. So there's gonna be a lot of beating and banging the bumpers a little bit. It's gonna be tough to race and get any kind of side by side action. You definitely want to start up front here, get the lead, and just drive away with it. That's for sure. We have the Joker lap. I believe we get one Joker lap here, so that's gonna be part of the strategy here for these guys to be able to utilize that for some passes too. Should be an interesting race.
Absolutely, and we will be having the heat format, of course, our first heat format of the season. So I believe, if I remember correctly, it's top 12 transfer in from qualifying, and then we are going to have an LCQ with 13th on down, and the top 4 will transfer into the feature for tonight's event. So right
Sounds
now
about right.
we are
one lap of qualifying. You don't want to go mess it up. You want to go ahead and get locked in for the main event.
Yeah, because you're not going. You're going from oh ho hum, I got to start into the back to oh no, I might not even actually be racing in the main show because of this.
Yeah, and everybody wants to make the big show. That's for sure.
And Tom Mahemius goes up to, I believe he is now up on the top of the charts.
A little bit of a glitch in our scoring pylon, but yeah, it's showing Raybo doing up there, but 42.9 looks to be the fastest lap I see so far.
Yeah, Tom, the only one in the 42 so far.
Not surprised at all.
And right now, the cutoff is our benevolent overlord, Matt Schlosser, right at P12. We still have... Oh, and he has just been bumped. Oh, and Jill Ulrich has also been bumped. So it's Greg Johnson holding the final spot in. And the last one on his lap is Sean Winkler. Timmer Wilson without a lap time, but he has the checker flag, so either invalidated it or elected not to qualify. Coming across the line, it is... I thought
Can we just
he
get
was
time from Sean Winkler? Did he
crossing.
get an invalidated lap there?
No, I think he's just starting it now, actually.
I'm real curious to see if he can knock Tom off or not here, because Tom's got a heck of a gap back to P2.
Yeah, 3/10 is a lot on a rallycross course, as all eyes are on the 720. See if Sean Winkler can make it into the feature, or if he's gonna have a long night trying to chase Mahemius. And across the jump, coming over the line, it is P3 for Sean Winkler. And that bumps Greg Johnson out into the heat race. And Dennis Mickelson is the last one in.
I didn't even realize Dennis Mickelson was in here. Haven't seen him in special stage in quite some time that I can remember.
Yeah, good to see Dennis Mickelson back here in an off-road truck. Dennis, of course, good friend of mine and one of the best when it comes to these Pro 2 lights. I don't even know how many championships he's at this point.
I think last I was checking, it was 10 or 12 or so. It's beyond that now, I'm sure.
And I thought I was the big man on campus with my 7 in a row.
Yeah, you're enjoying retirement now, right, James?
Absolutely. Retired. Washed! Anyways, we're now going to the heat race, and the starting lineup for the heat race is Greg Johnson next to Joel Ulrich on the front row. Matt Schlosser and Alex Good on row 2. Dan Gabriel and Cooper Cockrell, row 3. Tanner Simonis and Justin Barkley on row 4. Parker Donaldson and Shane Griffin round out the top 10, and Timmer Wilson will round out the field.
I saw him in our last race, James, but good to see Alex Good back out here again. One of the guys from the early days of special stage back out here having some fun in the Pro 2 Light.
Absolutely. Alex is able to hop into a race whenever he can. So it's always good to see one of the OGs around. I believe we're still waiting.
Greg Johnson can take advantage of this preferred starting spot here in his heat race and go ahead and come out of turn 1 here with the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be imperative if you're the pole sitter to just run away from the inevitable calamity that will take place behind. We still have 2 trucks yet to take the grid, and here they are, which means the lights are on.
Pretty unique first turn here. I bet a lot of guys haven't practiced for this because they're racing right out of pits here.
And the trucks are off. We're underway at Iowa. And you see a great start from Ulrich right to the inside of Greg Johnson, or the outside of Greg Johnson. As they're going to be side by side over the jump. Whoa, they're making contact. Oh, Greg trying to go real defensive, trying to keep Joel Ulrich away. And I'm surprised Greg didn't take the Joker, as they're going to be side by side. Oh, they're going to be bumping each other. As you see, already a few trucks taking the Joker here. You got 1 Joker to use in the heat. As now Greg Johnson. Oh, Greg Johnson hits the inside wall. That's going to cause some damage and some time loss. But it doesn't look like it really affected him all that much, as Ulrich has to worry about Alex Good to the inside.
A great move from Alex Good there. Oh, go ahead and take P2 from it. That's awesome.
Yeah, now that allows Greg Johnson to try to pull away. Now the big question is, and there's Greg taking his Joker. Alex Good will join him.
A little sloppy there from Alex Good, but he got her through.
Yeah, this is one of the
battle for the lead there. Schlosser and Johnson blended together, didn't they? But Grant Johnson blew right around the outside of him. I was surprised how close that was.
Yeah, all the speed from being able to cut the track. This is the most extreme Joker of all of them, is you're cutting through a whole, I'd say, quarter of the track. It's wild how much you're actually able to cut with this Joker, and so that makes the Joker strategy a lot harder to factor in, because you really have no idea where you're gonna rejoin. It's like 8-9 seconds, and it's a lot to count to when you're in the heat of battle like this.
I couldn't.
As the top 4 or top 3 have all taken their Jokers.
Just look how Joel Ulrich is not that far out of this. I'd imagine if he could gain a little bit of time here, he might be able to get close to that lead when he takes his Joker.
Yeah, actually, I believe I believe he actually took
Oh,
the
now it's saying,
Joker.
okay, yeah, just popped
Yep.
up. Boy, I was gonna say he was in a great spot if he didn't take it already.
I know. And that allows Johnson to just kind of focus out front, but Matt Schlosser is fighting. He wants the one better grid position.
Unfortunately,
gonna
Matt's
be
got to worry
coming-
about Alex Good here. We've seen him already make a good inside move in this last corner before. He might be putting some pressure on Matt. But Matt's putting in a great run here. Typically, Matt's not one of his strong suits here at the rallycross tracks, but he's putting on a good show here in this heat race.
That he is, as we're coming to just 2 laps to go in the heat. As you see, the track is already absolutely knackered. Look at all that. It is almost on the road course at this point.
And that actually helps our drivers out a little bit. I'm sure they like to see a little bit of that wear, so they get some extra grip out there.
Yeah, obviously the lap times right now are much quicker than that of
Greg
early
gets away again.
practices. Oh, yep, that is the second time he's done that. But just like the
Thankfully,
last
Matt
time,
had to check up, and it didn't really give him any kind of a net gain there for the position since he had to check up for it.
yeah, and that just like the last time.
What happened to
Oh,
Greg?
issue
Oh, you have
Greg
wheel damage.
Johnston.
He hit the wall that good. I think he had wheel damage, James. The truck did not turn left.
Yeah, I don't see a meatball on him, but not able to get it to turn, and that's big news. Is now Justin
Matt
Barkley
Schlosser.
has overtaken up into the transfer spot.
Joe Ulrich making a good run here for the lead on the final lap. Doesn't need to go ahead and get it because both these guys can transfer, but Matt Schlosser looks to hold in this lead for now. Oh, whipping that thing in there.
Whoa, Joel kind of clipping it too a little bit. But here we go, going to the final corners.
Oh,
Well,
Matt
Schlosser
almost gave it.
slides
Matt almost
wide.
rolled it.
Hey, it's not going to be enough for Ulrich, as Matt Schlosser will win the heat. Ulrich in second, Alex Good in third, and then Justin Barkley picking up the pieces and the final transfer spot.
Good to see Matt Schlosser get a win there. Just a heat race, but I'm sure he'll take it. He got some extra practice here for the main event that he's now transferred into.
Absolutely, and he's got the best possible starting spot he could have gotten. We're going to show the final results of the heat race. Matt Schlosser, your winner from Joel Ulrich and Alex Good, with Justin Barkley taking the final transfer spot. Tanner Simones, the first one out, with Cooper Cockrell, Parker Donaldson, Dan Gabriel, Shane Griffin, Greg Johnson, and Timmer Wilson rounding out the field. But with that, we have about 1 or so minutes left here in the warm-up before it's time to get to the feature event. And we've seen a lot of things already to keep an eye on here going into this feature there, Zach.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a heavyweight battle. I'm kind of curious to see how that turn one to be the last turn, but coming out of the pits is going to shake out for these guys on this start.
Yeah, and if people weren't wary of that wall going through turn 6, I think they're doubly aware now.
Yeah, I hope they were paying attention. I would be. It certainly did not work out well for Greg Johnson.
No, it did not.
I ran some
See,
practice laps earlier. That is the fastest way to kind of get that thing. You want to rotate as close to that tire, little tire wall there, little tires at the end of the wall as you can. That's the fastest way to get that thing hooked up and keep it to the inside. Oh, I thought I saw it in the corner of the screen there. Jake Wilshire looks like he almost flipped the truck over. The track is that gripped up in turn 1 now. I think he got that thing way up on 2 wheels and then spun it out.
Yeah, Milan Lockovich also heavily grip rolled as well, so boy howdy, this one's gonna be wild with how completely trashed this track is. And now it is time to get to the starting lineup for the feature. The 007 of Tom Mahemius next to the 95 of Jake Wilshire. The 720 of Sean Winkler next to the 21 of Aaron Benson. We got Ray Boudouin in the 586 next to the 37 of Joey Kirk. We got the 73 of Seth Owens with Corey Kroll in the 20 on row 4. Rounding out the top 10 is Joey Herby and Milan Lakovic. Noah Benson and Dennis Mickelson rounding out the top 12. With Schlosser, Ulrich, Good, and Barkley rounding out the field as we are underway. The trucks are off here at Iowa.
Oh, 3 wide. Love it. I'm going to keep it inside, wrapped up tight. So does Sean Winkler. Jake Wilshire getting pushed off the track by that Corey Crow up there.
Yeah, Aaron Benson giving him all he could handle there. I'm sure Jake is not happy. Look at all that. They are beating, banging, and leaning on each other. Already seeing a lot of damage going on to these trucks. Boy, those
essentially Joker there.
Yeah, that could, who knows? That could very well be the race-winning move, because that is the one and only Joker he is able to use in this race.
I think the big difference is going to be, I don't know where Tom Mahemius is at, but as long as he has some clean track where he doesn't lose any pace, he can take his Joker and get that lead back. But if he gets in any kind of traffic, Sean Winkler, that might be the race-winning move there. He's got a lot of clean air now to work with.
Yeah, a little bit of nervous times if you're Mahemius and company until you get back to the Joker.
Gonna go ahead and take it now, I think. Nope, not gonna take it now. Okay. Guys, he sees a lot of clean tracks, so he's gonna go ahead and just keep on trucking along here. We'll just see how this shakes out when he finally takes that Joker.
Yeah, because if you can keep your lead and maybe even eat into the lead that Sean has, and that Joker becomes a get out of jail free card, an automatic pass where you don't even have to think about it, just slip right on by.
Yeah, and we got to think we see Sean Winkler's got the purple lap so far, so might have just switched it up there, but he had the faster lap than Mahemius on lap 1. Or lap 2, rather. Oh, man, them body armor trucks, they are just... they might be family, but they're having fun out there beating and banging together.
Yeah, clearly,
still beating it.
Rules against roughhousing in the Benson house.
He drove him the whole way to the wall.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, he's going to give him another... Oh, almost. Got the battle of the Ascendant Racing trucks on the...
Oh, no! Benson goes off!
He got lucky there. He was trying to get a black flag, but that could have been a lot worse for him.
And Ray Boudouin almost grip rolled it going into turn 1. A heck of a save from Ray to hold on to it.
Yeah, just like we saw from Wilshire there in the warm-up session. That's really gripped up there. If you hit that just right, it will flip over. Still bad on these body armor trucks. This is awesome.
Oh, and I believe Tom has just taken his Joker. And I believe Wilshire did as well.
Oh, that's bad with Sean Winkler.
Yeah, that
Wait,
moves
Tom got a
Jake
heck of a
back
gap
up.
there.
He sure did. Meanwhile, Jake overcooked it into turn 9. And now he's going to be side by side with Winkler. Sean trying to take it back, and he will. Whoa, they both almost grip roll.
Oh, Jake's going to get real wide here. He's going to lose the spot to Ray Boudouin. Yep.
Oh, what disaster for Jake Wilshire. One mistake has now cost him 2 spots. It cost him the podium.
He's got Joey Kirk right behind him. Joey Kirk shows a ton of speed at these rallycross tracks. He's put a lot of effort in. He'll tell you he loves racing here, so he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, as you see Jake trying to fight back and get past Ray Boudouin and get up onto the podium spots.
See, Kirk was running the apron down there until he shot back up the track to set up for that last corner. It was an interesting line there.
Yeah, there's a lot of different schools of thoughts right there. Some like to run up by the wall, the outer wall. Some love to run down low by that inside wall and kind of cut the track distance. Honestly, I've never really known which is the superior way, because you've seen both work out as well as you'd hope. See quite a few also running right there on the actual inside lane of the oval. So it's a third one to keep in mind.
I was running practice with some of the Bennett Racing guys earlier, and looking at the delta, the more you can stay to the inside, you definitely want to shoot up high before you enter at last turn, in my opinion, but the more you can stay down low, the longer you're going to gain a little bit of time there.
Meanwhile, you see Kirk losing the spot to Seth Owens. Oh, and almost losing the truck. And now here
how
comes...
fast Joey Kirk is here in the rallycross tracks. Good to see Seth Owens go up there and get the spot. Joey Kirk's under fire again.
Yeah, Seth has been one of the most improved so far this season. His results this time around compared to the last couple seasons, it's night and day. Seth has really been putting in the work in, and it's starting to show. He's putting in some fantastic finishes.
I agree there, Tim. Shout out to Seth Owens there.
Oh. It's a replay of...
I'm going to assume this thing gets up on 2 wheels, maybe. Alex Good's got that nice, distinct purple advanced sim rigs truck. Very recognizable paint scheme out there.
Meanwhile, here's Benson. Whoa, and pulling maybe a little bit of a slide job there on Joey Kirk. And now here comes Lakovic. Yeah, Joey Kirk is really starting to hemorrhage some positions here. Although, as I say that, he's going to slip back
perfectly.
He sure did. What a set of corners for Kirk. Gets him the spot over Benson. As Benson tries to take it back again. But nothing doing yet. Oh, so close. Good play from both of them to avoid the contact. As here comes Joey Herbie taking the Joker.
Oh, he's going to be side by side with Mladen Lakovic.
Yeah, oh, Mladen.
Oh, great job.
Really compromised entry. Yeah, you saw a really compromised entry for Lakovic right there, kind of clipping the inside wall and allowing Herbie to get the spot. And now Benson finds himself in a ascension sandwich here.
We haven't looked at our leader very much here tonight, but we don't need to. He's I'm looking at the gap, James. It keeps growing. He must be flying up front there.
Yeah, he's in a completely different zip code right now. Oh, meanwhile, there was a big side-by-side bump from Lakovic and Aaron Benson. Is there still side-by-side? Oh, look at the send.
Oh, switch back.
That is.
Oh, great job from Lakovic to switch back on him like that. Take the spot back and actually pull a gap there. Great job.
Yeah, you could tell immediately that Aaron Benson has way too much rear brake bias into that truck. As soon as he got on the brakes, it just kicked out. Like, I've always run about middle brake bias, around 50% or so. That gives you a good enough amount of rotation in the dirt, but more importantly, it keeps the rear end of the truck settled down on the asphalt parts. And yeah, you're giving up some on the dirt parts, of course, but you know, for most of the rallycross tracks, you have the sausage curbs to help you out. So as long as you hit those correctly and help pull the truck around the corner, you're golden. And you can tell there's just too much rear in that truck getting him sideways as Seth Owens is battling with Joey Kirk. Joey Kirk wants his top 6 back. Look at this, side by side, almost through the entire track. As here comes Benson. Oh, Benson!
Oh, no!
Benson is Seth Owens and flipped him!
Oh,
and Joey Owens flipped over!
Yeah, he owes Joey Herbie a little bit after that one. Got him back on 4 tires. He's good to go.
Good guy, Joey Herbie. The hero that Seth Owens needed. Oh, wow.
That was exciting.
Oh, Stephen Koenig is currently in awe of what he's watching, and the crazy thing, Steve, is that this is actually quite subdued for a rallycross race. You haven't seen nothing yet, my friend.
Yeah, our
See,
producer
now-
seems to be loving it.
He is. They are still putting on a fantastic show, as now that allows Kirk to kind of try to run away here. Meanwhile, something else happened to Jake Wilshire because he lost the spot to Corey Kroll.
He's been dropping back like Joey Kirk. Struggling maybe with the track wear, potentially. Or he might have got it up on 2 wheels again. Who knows? Maybe had to set her back down and just give up the spot.
Yeah, that's the thing about when these tracks get worn down like that. It kind of almost feels like it takes a whole different driving style. Like, as much faster as I'm going on the worn track, I feel like I'm quicker relative to everyone else on the more fresher track.
Yeah, it's a good observation. Oh, side by side action. Dennis Mickelson going for the inside of Alex Good here for P15, P14. Wonder if something happened to Dennis there to start. We know he's pretty quick at these tracks. Had to think he got caught up in some mayhem at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Dennis has taken his Joker yet, so that's definitely factored into it quite a bit. But yeah, even still, it's a lot lower than you would expect. Oh, Aaron
Man, that's the
Benson.
one caught up behind him too.
Yeah, that might not have been the greatest of moves to make right there. That could have ended very poorly, just like what we saw the move that Noah had made on Seth Owens just a handful of laps ago.
Absolutely. Guys are eating up sausage curbs as much as they can, get that extra little bit of grip.
Absolutely, and they're doing it without even the hot dog buns.
Have a raw dog there, James.
At the risk of breaking out more worse innuendos, there is nothing happening up front as Mahemi is 11
12
plus
second gap there?
seconds.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, this has to be one of, if not the most dominant performances we've seen in a Pro Trucks race. That is just unreal paces. Oh, Aaron Benson almost going over. The grip roll is strong with these trucks right now. Everyone really just holding on for dear life at this point.
I wonder if we don't have much action, if we can get a shot of our leader here. You know, see what he's doing that makes him so much faster than the rest of these guys. We'll go ahead and watch the rest of this lap, and then maybe watch him go into turn 1 especially. I have to imagine he's making up a ton of speed in there. Gonna keep it close to the wall here. Oh yeah, great exit. Got that rotation down good, keeping it low. Oh, he's really low.
Yeah, and the thing that's jumping
Yeah, maybe we
off
could ride
the
on board
page-
with him here going into turn 1.
And the thing that's jumping off the page is watching him is that look at his inputs. Everything is so smooth. You're hardly seeing the truck isn't even kicking out. It's just under complete control. Like hardly any seesawing on the wheel. Like it's just buttery smooth.
Yeah, I'd like to watch him in turn 1 again. He clipped 3 curbs. I would imagine most guys are struggling to even get that second one. That's where you're making a ton of pace. Look at that drive out of the corner too. No slide in there. Just gets it rotated, gets the throttle down.
Yeah, it just looks like a Sunday drive for him, and we know that is absolutely not. You're having to work and wheel this thing, but it just looks completely nonplussed out there.
He's actually might have missed that first one there, but still, it looked fast. Looks like he has complete control of this truck right now, like you mentioned. I did some practice here earlier, and I can tell you my cockpit view didn't look like this.
Yeah. as I believe we're going to be coming to the white flag this time by. See, here comes Herbie trying to run down Benson.
Joey Herbie's got a good looking truck there. Always liked it.
Needs some more Herbie stripes on it though. at least the same little circle 53 on the door or on the number plate. As we are white flag final lap here.
No!
Oh, it's Benson. Oh, contact! Yeah, Herbie got to hold on despite the contact and trying to pull away here.
Joey said you got to make it harder than that. He goes in and takes that spot. Oh, we might see the body armor trucks battling for this spot here before the end. You know, these guys have been glued to each other most of the night.
Absolutely, but
meanwhile, this race.
That he will across the jump. Tom Amius will win at Iowa. Domination in the purest sense, as here comes Winkler to bring home P2. And Ray Boudouin back on the podium. Kroll, Wilshire. Oh, we're side by side. Mickelson and the Bensons 3-1 across the jump, and it's going to be Aaron Benson. Oh, and Dennis Mickelson.
Oh, Mickelson did not make it to the line. I don't think that's unfortunate. He worked his way back up for a couple spots. I don't think he's gonna be able to. Oh, he's gonna be able to finish at least.
Oh, Dennis, my boy. Oh,
well, Dennis, if you end up watching this back, we hope you come back and give it another try. You know you didn't have the best night out there, but gotta come back and give it another try sometime. We know you got the speed.
Absolutely, you're gonna see he takes the Joker this time and is gonna make his way right into the middle of this battle. He's got all the momentum up on the high side, but Benson is gonna have the nose, and then they're gonna bump all kinds of bumping, and here comes Aaron with the run from Oblivion. And then
they just took his lunch money on that one, James. There's no way to put that. Oh. You got Benson sandwich or a Mickelson sandwich with the Benson on the outside there.
Wow, that one was wild. But here we are, the final results from tonight's race at Iowa. Tom Mahemius, your race winner from Sean Winkler and Ray Boudouin. Corey Kroll and Jake Wilshire round out the top 5. The Joeys, Kirk and Herbie, 6th and 7th. The Bensons, Aaron and Noah, 8th and 9th, with Milan Lakovic rounding out the top 10. Matt Slosser in 11th. Seth Owens running well so early, but man, things really went off the rails after that, but not his fault. And then Dennis Mickelson, Joel Ulrich, Alex Good, and Justin Barkley rounding out the field. And now it's time to talk to our top 3. We'll go ahead and start with the 3rd place finisher of Ray Boudouin. Ray, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Copy.
How about, partner? Welcome back to the podium. It was a heck of a drive out there for you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was just telling Sean, that was the first time I've raced at Iowa, and that first corner with the curbs, man. A couple of times I almost rolled it. A couple of times I got the black flag, and I was intentionally pumping the brakes afterwards to try to not, that's not my style. I don't like cheating. So it was just unfortunate I couldn't figure that out until about midway through the race. But yeah, it went pretty good. I was very happy.
Yeah, take us through that start. That was absolute insanity with everyone kind of contracting in on each other from the get-go.
Yeah, that funnel. I mean, with the sports car kind of racing that we do, you're taught to protect the inside, get to the inside as quickly as you can, try to hold the wall, So that was my strategy. Just kind of, even if I lose position, just move a little bit out of the way.
Yeah,
and and make sure we're not in the mix of the calamity.
yeah, you had real good pace too. The early call on the Joker ended up being a stroke of genius for you, as you basically got up to the top three and held it the whole race.
It was a bit of a gamble. I wasn't sure if I was going to take it until the end, but when I saw that, in the heat race, after a couple of guys had taken the Joker, it kind of broke open, gave everybody a chance to run a little bit smarter rather than trying to beat on each other for 21 laps. So it worked out. It definitely worked out. I was very happy with it.
Absolutely. But man, that was an awesome run for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Thank you. Yeah, of course, man. I got to shout out Racer Nexus. You guys are always putting on my favorite broadcast, and the commentary from James and Zach here have been just thrilling. I love watching the races back at the end. Boozy Jerky is still on board as one of our sponsors. Type in Boozy Racing at checkout for 10% off. I got to thank Ascension Racing. My guys just keep kicking butt. We got a couple of guys going to run off in a different league, and I have some sports car guys who are participating in the 6 hours of Road America. So big shout out to those guys, and thanks for always having my back. Matt Slosher from Special Stage, got to thank you for putting on the league. And that'll do it for me.
All righty. We appreciate you, Ray, and hopefully we're talking to you again here next week.
Right on. Thank you, James.
All right, there is our third place finisher, Ray Boudwin, and Zach is going to talk to P2.
Mr. Sean Winkler coming home in P2 tonight. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the start of the race and how it went for you?
Hello. The start of the race was good. I took the Joker on the first lap there because I didn't want to be stuck behind those guys, and I was able to get enough momentum going to kind of be side by side with Jake there when he took his Joker, and I got the inside corner coming off that bank, and I was able to get the pass by. But Tom had some black magic out there tonight, so I didn't really have much for him. But I'm glad to be P2.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually like your strategy. I like a lap one Joker if I can take it, as long as the guy in front of me is not going for it. Just a way to get some clean air. I actually thought that was a really good move for you there, but Tom was able to stay out front. And like you said, I'm not sure what he was doing out there different than everybody else, but I think you ended up being like a 12-second gap at the end of that thing. But you were certainly also putting up a heck of a good battle there. You were in a clear spot there for P2. So talk about like the track evolution throughout the night, what you had to do a little different there by the end of that one. I'm sure that track wear was getting pretty significant.
Yeah, it was. The track was gripping up going into turn one after the start finish. You try and hit those curbs in there to kind of rotate the truck, but I hit them a couple times so good that I got the truck up on two wheels. So I was kind of riding a bike out there for a couple laps, which really wasn't that good. Let Ray kind of catch up a little bit. But fortunately, I was able to build a little bit of a gap out there, and just kind of drive the track and find the grip where you can and keep her going straight. She likes to slide around a lot, on that dirt and that loose stuff. So trying to eliminate wheel spin. When you're coming out of the corner going up onto the oval there, it's really easy in first gear to get the wheels spinning up. So you kind of got to baby the throttle and kind of push it up onto the bank and then just get on it. So just trying to manage the tires and the track. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get some final thoughts here on the track. I'm just curious. It's a track that we don't see very often, but it is a rallycross track. What do you think about this? Is it something you'd like to see on the schedule again for next season?
Yeah, I don't mind rallycross. Like I said last week, I'll drive anything. So wherever they send us, that's where I'll go. I have some experience here in rally cars, so I know the track, but it's totally different animal in the truck. So you can take a lot more liberties on the curbs, and you don't really break the truck as much as you break the rally cars. So you can be a little more liberal with the truck around here. And yeah, it was fun. I didn't mind it. And if we go to more rallycross tracks, all the better.
Awesome. Good to hear. Go ahead and get some shout outs from anybody. Thanks for your awesome P3 and P2 performance here tonight.
Yeah, not bad. Thanks a lot. Just want to thank again Racecraft Academy, Next Level Racing, Real Broker, Pimax here. Obviously, Matt for putting on such a crazy, awesome league. I mean, this is some of the best racing I can do during the year. So it's fun to be out here and really appreciate him for putting it on. And you guys for always running a top tier stream. Really fun to watch these back. Hopefully, it'll be fun to watch this one. Everyone, all the fans in the stands, hello. My sister's in town. Hello, Danielle. And everybody else that watched and tuned in and supports us. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
Some good talking to you as always, Sean. Good, best of luck next
Thanks,
week. I'm
Zach.
sure we'll be talking to you again. And I appreciate the kind words as always. So
We're gonna
we'll
try.
see you next week.
Yep. Appreciate it. Thanks, Zach. See you, bud.
All right, James, you want to talk to Tom there again?
Yes, sir. Time to talk to the man of the hour with the sweep. Tom, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, James.
Well, it has been such a long time since I've talked to you. It feels like a whole half an hour. First of all, I gotta say, what did you have to eat in between those races? Because that was a level of domination that I don't think we've seen in this league. That was unreal.
Yeah, just pop me a cold Lucasade and got my energy back up, and yeah, it was just seemed to really click here with Iowa, so that was quite nice.
Yeah, first of all, take us through that start, because the calamity started like right when the lights went out. That was wild how much people were already leaning on each other.
Yeah, I saw in my mirror that Jake got like pushed off the jump a bit, but other than that, I feel like I mean, I couldn't see too much, but yeah, I was basically off the start. I was just thinking like, let's not lose this lead. Let's just go ahead and try and lead. And I mean, I saw a couple people take the Joker, but I just knew I had the pace. And then it was more when I reached somebody who had taken the Joker, and then I took the Joker, and you know that was then the start of the lead and the start of the gap building.
Yeah, and with how extreme the Joker is, with how much of the track you're cutting, how does that play into your strategy on when to use it? Because like Zach and I were talking about how it's tough to actually kind of do the math on where you're at and where you think you're going to come out at.
Yeah, so usually I would go ahead and take the Joker first lap just to keep the lead, but I feel like here because you cut off like it's what 12 seconds almost. I feel like you kind of have to well, you don't have to, but I chose to wait a bit because you know there's no if someone takes the Joker on a different track, you know, and you're leading, they'll come out like with you and you'll get held up. But here I feel like you can kind of wait a little bit and then take it later so that you have a gap and you just have clean ed the whole time, which is quite nice. I feel like the Joker here is it's definitely interesting, but I think I really like it.
Absolutely, and it really showed out there. Any extra sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you like to give before we let you go?
Just the same as last time, and yeah, thanks to you guys in the booth for broadcasting and Matt for popping this up.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Tom, and hopefully we're talking to you again here next week.
Yes, sir. Cheers, James.
Well, I believe that just about does it for us now. Zach, what are your final thoughts on a very chaotic race from Iowa?
Yeah, it's interesting. I ran some practice laps at Iowa, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little frustrated with the track. Turn one's pretty difficult, especially before you get that track wear and you get that extra grip. I liked it more with the track wear, as usual on rallycross tracks. It put on some pretty good racing, I thought. I would definitely like to see this track back on the schedule again in the future. That's for sure. You know, Tom kind of watered it down for us there a little bit with his massive gap to the rest of the competition. But if you take that out of the equation, I thought we saw some good racing here.
Absolutely. It was another fantastic night of off-road truck racing. But next week's going to be crazy. We have our first race at Firebird this season. Only race at Firebird this season, actually. And then the moment we all wait for, my favorite night of the season. Figure 8 night, baby. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. I actually missed the figure 8 last season, but I'll be happy to be a part of it this time around.
Yes. You do not want to miss that one.
I shouldn't say missed that. I just wasn't at the booth. I was watching it from a computer somewhere around the world. I can tell you that. I definitely didn't miss watching it. Just I wasn't a part of the action up here.
Absolutely. But with that, it's time for us to get the heck on out of here. For my broadcast partners, Zach Amspacher and Stephen Kernick, I'm James Watson, bidding you adieu till next time. Good night, everyone.